A man in his 60s is lying lifelessly on the floor of his living room. He has no visible injuries, but there is a broken wine glass and an old photo next to him. His cell phone is ringing. Can you undo his tragic death?
Oh, snap! It's another Snap review from the Family Gamers.
This is a Snap review for Undo Cherry Blossom Festival. The Undo series is by Michael Palm and Lucas Zach. 2 to 6 players can solve this mystery in anywhere from 45 to 90 minutes.
It's best for ages 10 plus, since strong reading skills are required and the theme is about death. Pegasus Spiele publishes the Undo series. We've reviewed Undo Forbidden Knowledge a few weeks ago, and you can find the link for that one below. So Anitra, let's talk about the art in Cherry Blossom Festival.
There are 4 types of cards primarily used in this game. Each one has a slightly different theme, although they all tie together stylistically. There are the instructional cards, which are mostly white with a neat little border decoration. Then there are the story cards. These are the meat of the game, with lanterns and Japanese decorations on the backside that tell you a time and a place, and a pagoda cherry blossom theme on the front side surrounding the text. Read these carefully. This theming carries over exactly to the clue cards, which represent objects that you might investigate more closely.
There are also time and magnifier cards. The magnifier cards continue the Japanese theme with gold flowers and a tatami mat background. The time cards look more similar to our last category, fate cards.
The fate cards and the time cards both have a star-filled galaxy theme. This appears to be the same across all the Undo games. So Andrew, let's talk about the mechanics and how to play Undo.
Sure. So, every Undo game starts with a character dying. It's a little morbid, but
It is what it is.
you will be choosing several points in this character's history to investigate. Your goal is to figure out how they got to this point. What happened? Can you make subtle changes to stop this death from happening?
The game cards themselves will explain how to play. From the moment you open the box, you'll start being pulled into this mysterious death. Lay out all the story cards and a clue that goes with each one. The instructions direct you to the specific card that describes this man's death.
You'll want to talk it over and decide where you want to travel first. Drop a time card back into the box and have the next player flip the chosen story card and start reading. Discuss your options and pick one of the 3 choices presented on the bottom of the card, A, B, or C.
Then find the fate card for that exact answer.
The fate card will assign a numerical score to your choice and show if you made things better or worse, or about the same. Then it's on to the next player to decide which story card comes next.
At any time, you can also spend one of your 4 magnifier cards to read a clue.
Once you've spent your last time card and made your final choice of fate, you are done. Add up the results of all of your fate cards and compare it to the solution. Did you change history enough?
If not, you can put the game aside and try again for a better score another day.
But if you're like our family and you're impatient, you can also just read the story of what actually happened, whether or not you won the game.
When I first heard of the Undo series, I expected something like the escape room boxes we've tried in the past. Searching for clues, solving a mystery. That's kind of what this is, but not exactly. Even after we played through Undo Forbidden Knowledge, I expected the mechanics of this game to be the same, but I wasn't sure how it would feel with a different theme. I was hoping the theme on this one would be less creepy, though.
It was less creepy.
It was a lot less creepy. So, Andrew, what surprised us about Undo in general and the Cherry Blossom Festival specifically?
Well, Undo is not really an escape room. You're working together to solve a mystery and make changes, but it's more like collaborative storytelling with a time limit. It's like Quantum Leap, basically. Although there are 13 story cards, you only get to travel 9 times, so there will always be some story left untold. You don't really have enough information to make a good decision, but you can make choices with the information that you have.
There were 2 things that kept our kids more engaged with this than a typical escape room. Every player gets a turn to be the final decision maker, choosing where to go and what fate to change. Our kids loved this chance to have the final say.
The second thing is that it's not a puzzle game. We talk about the problem, we agree on an answer, and we move on. We never lost kids to boredom while we were stuck on a problem because the story is foremost in these games. This isn't a thing where dad's working on one puzzle on one side of the table and mom's working on another puzzle, and The 8-year-old is left picking his nose or something. That doesn't happen in these Undo games.
This particular Undo game was more sad than it was scary or creepy, which was also a surprise, but we liked that over the Forbidden Knowledge Undo box.
So, Anitra, do we recommend Undo Cherry Blossom Festival?
Well, it's not a great fit for very young children, and the sad story may be too much for sensitive kids. But our family loved it. We'd recommend it for families with older kids and teenagers.
Even if they don't like traditional board games, they may enjoy solving this mystery together as a family and piecing together the story of what actually happened.
So, Andrew, what are we going to rate Undo Cherry Blossom Festival?
Well, I think we're going to rate this one 4.5 cherry blossoms out of 5.
And that's Undo Cherry Blossom Festival
In a snap.